Hello, welcome back to Holistic Lifestyle Medicine. Many years ago, I came across the name of Simon Sinek, and he talked about the why of doing something. So his main philosophy, or what he spoke about, and I think he wrote a book about this as well, was before you embark on any project or you embark on any creativity or creating a product out there, answer the why. Why are you doing this? And he said that if you can answer the why, your product will usually be successful. That is, of course, he was speaking very purely about companies, and he spoke about Apple and Apple's very successful products. And while I agree with him that answering the why is very important, I don't believe that just because the why has been answered and you're very passionate about something, that it may necessarily go the way that you imagine it to be, because we have no real control over the outcome of our actions. So all we can really do is answer our why and go on our way with the creative impulse, with the project that we're trying to bring into fruition, or the product that we're trying to create, and then leave the outcome to the universe. So this morning I woke up and I thought, well, have I answered my why? Like when I started creating this content on this channel, when I started creating these videos, they all are created in a flow state, in an inspired state. But why am I doing this? And there are many reasons, but they're all like secondary reasons. What is the primary reason behind the energy that I am putting behind this work? So, what is my why? Why am I waking up every day excited about creating this channel, about creating these videos, about talking about holistic lifestyle medicine? I also, by the way, write on Substack. My long form pieces are on holisticlifestylemedicine.substack.com. It's linked in my profile. And so to me this morning, it became very clear what my why was behind this creative impulse that has seen me create this channel in the last month or so. There are a whole host of secondary reasons, like I would like this to take shape and form, and there are some visions and ideas around where I'd like to go with this, but the primary why is empowerment. So my own hero's journey, which I talk about in the first article of Substack, is a journey of going from a disempowered state to an empowered state. So what excites me, what really makes me come alive, is the possibility that empowerment is possible for everyone. That journey from going from a disempowered state, from a helpless, hopeless state to a state of empowerment, is possible for everyone on this planet. So that's what really excites me, having lived that journey. And that is the why of creating this content. I would love to see people coming into a sense of empowerment, a sense of power within themselves. And of course, when we are empowered, the world outside starts to shift. So I would, for the longest time, look at the power structures. I'd look at everything outside of myself and find a problem with this and that. And I wanted that system to crumble, and I wanted that way of living to dissolve, without any real perceptual shift within my own self. And then it became very clear to me that before anything outside crumbles, a perceptual shift within us occurs. And when that perceptual shift occurs within every human being, from a disempowered state to an empowered state, the world outside will start shifting of its own accord. Because what is keeping the power structures, the organizations that are, you know, that are not here for our well-being, you know, the big businesses, the big pharmaceuticals, the weapons industry, the polluting oil and gas, and you know, we know them all. We know who we're talking about when I talk about the big businesses, the big power structures, the government, you know, the whole structure of government, which is, you know, fueled by big businesses. So the reason that they're in place out there is because we are in a disempowered state within us. So we project onto the world outside for our sense of stability, for our sense of security, for our sense of safety. And so when the perceptual shift occurs within and we start to feel empowered, when we start to first even taste initially what our own sense of power feels like, we stop fueling, we start giving power to these structures outside in the world. And so then what happens is systems change, systemic shifts. Systems do start changing when perceptual changes start to happen within human beings. And what do I mean by perceptual shifts or perceptual changes? It's the way you view yourself. It's the way we feel within ourselves. It's because our perception of ourselves comes from childhood traumas, comes from conditioning of our parents, of our culture, of our society, our education system. So who we think we are is a complete narrative fed to us until we start to wake up, of course. And so when we start to shift within our perception of who we are from what has been fed to us to what we truly are, to our essential nature, which is for all of us to discover. It's not here for me to define what it is because it's inherent in all of us. Then the world starts to change. The world starts to shift. It is so fluid. It is not solid at all. And so what excites me is through this content, inspiring a sense of empowerment in every individual so that they can shift the narratives that they're holding. They can shift the view of self and the other that they're holding, fed to them through conditioning. And through that, to see systemic changes through that deprogramming, to start to see a direct benefit to all of the planet. So when these systems, the old systems crumble, when they dissolve, when new, fresh ways of living, fresh ways of thinking, fresh ways of being start to percolate up, what happens is that there is a benefit for all of the planet. There's a benefit for creatures, there's a benefit for plant kingdom, for mineral kingdom. There's a benefit to just everything that is here on this planet. So what happens is there's a greater sense of harmony. We start to live more harmoniously with all that is, not just between human beings, but with our companions, the plants and animals and so forth. So this is what excites me. This is my why. This is what I wanted to share today in this video with all of you. Why I'm so charged behind this work that I live and breathe every day. So thank you for listening.